Hi, Ayushree. Can you see me?
Hi, Shikha.
Hi. I was just wondering if you can see me.
All good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Yeah. So thank you very much, Shikha, and very excited for this new initiative that, we are going to launch today.
Right.
And welcome everyone. A very good evening everyone who's watching us. Shikha, as you know, we are live on Vidphone, but simultaneously we are live on all our social media channels. That's on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So, welcome all, whoever is watching us now. A little bit about why we are here today on a Monday instead of our usual Wednesday where we do the Vidphone show is also because today is our first. We are launching a very special edition of the Vidphone show, and that is called the Mums Edition. It's a mother's special show that we have planned to launch because obviously May we all know is we have the Mother's Day in May, but again. I'm sure we don't need one day to celebrate mothers. And Shikha, here we had the privilege of interviewing you with on one of our last Vidphone shows where you shared with us about what you do, about your brilliant initiative, Mum. And I think that is when we did think, right, that we would collaborate and we would start this. So over to you, Shikha, to tell us a little, about why do you think this is important, and let's take it from there.
Hi, everyone, and thank you to Vidphone for thinking that the mother's issue is important enough to take ahead. So I'm very, very grateful for that because it's always said, what's the big deal? You're a mom, you're expected to do this, you're expected to be brave, you're expected to, I mean, you're a mom, right? We've been put in such a high pedestal as a mother that the woman part, the human part, everything has to multiply into so many things. So recognizing her inner wish, recognizing her inner strength, recognizing her wanting to dream, and at the same time the guilt that she lives with is so much in the modern world, especially because of all of most of us are working women, educated women going ahead. No, I think most of us is still a big word for our country, but yeah, a lot of us are wanting to do that. So this initiative, which started almost 2 years back with 100 inspiring interviews during lockdown, and that converting into a book called 100 Self-Portrait, 100 Dreams, because I'm a photographer, and I feel that photography is a great tool to bring about visual expression, and visual expression frees you from so many things. So I took this initiative of going further and giving a platform and a stage to 100 mothers across the world to express themselves visually, and not only just them visually but their stories visually, and that converted into a book which is very soon going to be, the Kindle version is out but very soon going to be available on Amazon. Having said that, together we are here because I don't know, it's not only because of Mother's Day month, but yes, it does put a focus, even if it's once all over the world, it puts a focus. We are here together so that we can bring the stories I know. We and Ayushree and Vidphone can bring the stories they know and give them another stage together that inspires the mother of today, that it is a big deal, and it tells us that it's a big deal to discuss about even the smallest things, even if a natural birth is the issue. So we're going to I'm hopefully it's going to get a very long series ahead, but we are trying the first 4 weeks,
Yeah.
and we will take it ahead from that. So that I mean I can talk so much about it that I can keep talking, but it just, this is what it is that we're going to do,
Yeah.
and we're bringing another stage for mothers, and making sure that the mothers have the permission to speak their stories the way they want to, not
Yeah.
the way we want them to say it.
True. No, very well said, Shikha. And at Vidphone also, we never, I think it was a very nice thing, that we saw what you were doing. And we could just connect it because, like you said, it's just not about Mother's Day or Mother's Month. Obviously, we are taking this as an opportunity to, launch this, because obviously, why not? If there's something that is celebrating mothers, I mean, we should certainly, take that into account and do a launch or do something fun around it. But the main agenda is really to give this platform, to mothers, working moms, and anyone. I mean, it's not just mother entrepreneurs, like I was just telling you yesterday. Because for us, we just might think that they are all entrepreneurs, like at the back of our mind, because the Vidphone show we are doing with a lot of women entrepreneurs. Obviously, we have had some leaders in other roles also, but mainly it was focused on talking to a lot of women entrepreneurs. And now when I look back, all these women who have been viewing, they are also mums, right? I mean, most of them are mums, and so they also have their stories of, so getting both, their working thing and they being a mom, those experiences together is what we really want to do with this initiative, with what you are already doing. And I feel what we are through Vidphone, through your initiative, we'll actually be able to make a better outreach, get many other mothers into this initiative, and together we should be able to, like you said, do a lot more. So Shika, I was also thinking a little bit, we were thinking about, maybe we are talking about starting with the 4 weeks, right? And maybe 4 crucial topics. One just to start, and we were thinking we would keep it a little targeted, so that, and this is also in a way figuring out what, in our scenarios, in our environments, what moms go through, and and by listening to stories of similar moms, others might, be inspired. So that's the entire idea too. So a little bit, do you want to speak here, Shikha, on like the topics we are going to, discuss, and maybe to just to see, who others, and we can invite the audience also, viewers now, or to get back to us, and share what they would also like to hear when we say that it's a mom's initiative, what comes to their mind. We can maybe talk a little bit about what we are thinking, but I'm thinking we can also hear a little bit from others, not just on this session, but throughout the week. We can, we would I would invite all our viewers to, share with us what they want to hear from here in this initiative.
Right. So thanks, Ayushree, for that. And just before I start of what the topics would be, and we would be inviting more. I mean, there is no 100 is just a very small number. We are thousands of us
So
with
many,
stories,
yeah.
and lakhs of us with stories, and millions of us with stories,
Yeah.
especially as moms. But having said that, I also wanted to shout out to all the entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
Not only their juggle between them being a mom and being an entrepreneur, their mothers who have brought them out to become entrepreneurs. There is a very strong story there as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And today's entrepreneur will bring up tomorrow's entrepreneur out, because families are going to, nurture the next entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And what's happened over a period of time and generations is that the mother never spoke up. I don't want to use negative stuff that was not allowed to and make it a very feminist or a place where we're trying to distinct, because this is not an activist movement and neither is this. It's just
Exactly.
an intention to share and to share inspiration, and through inspiration bring about change. So having said that, that this is an intention to talk about it, create a stage where we can speak freely about what we felt and how it was. That does not diminish our love for our children, and does not diminish our role as mothers, that does not diminish our responsibility in the society to bring about the next generation up, but that only allows us and gives us permission to give us a space to speak about it, because not everything is as rosy as all these pictures that are given on the website of the Mother's Day, and we are smiling. Yes, they are everything. My kids are everything to me. But there is an everyday struggle, and there is an everyday ladder that we climb. And with modern times, it is. So the 4 topics that we're coming up at the moment is, I'm just going to read it from what you sent, is we're going to be talking about mental health, We're going to be talking about financial independence and women empowerment. We're going to be talking about importance of delegating. Again, asking for support, community, very, very important.
Very
Um,
important.
Lack of joint families now is made the mother's issues even more
Yeah.
complicated. And how do we reach out to help? And who do we trust? And why do we trust? And will the children be okay? And will they be raised by? So all those topics are going to be coming up with that, and then there is support a working mom requires, which I think is very much tied with
All that.
the delegating and the
Yeah.
support. And
Yeah.
we will be taking each topic. I know some incredible mothers who can really inspire, who
Yes.
are working beautifully, and you will bring some mothers who are working, and we will make sure that we have polling going on, we have some shares
Yes.
going on, we have some more feedback coming back that what is
Yes.
it that
Exactly.
Vidphone Show can help them
Yeah.
with.
Yeah. Yeah. No, true, Shikha. And I think, Shikha, very crucial point here. Why did we, because I was discussing with you also and shared those with you, why did we select these topics specifically? Obviously, mental health, you working in this space and, you being a mother yourself, you would know how important that is, right? I think a few years back, this was not spoken about. I mean, you won't even think that there's a mental health side to it that needs to be, even spoken about or talked about or dealt with. But now
Right.
we see how important it is. Even, I mean, everything might be right. I mean, I'm not saying there has to be some issues at home or, or at work, but still the overall mental health of a new mom or someone who has been a mom for some time and juggling everything, I'm sure, and getting that support. So when I say we want to talk about mental health, it's also so that, a lot others can come and share. Moms can come and share, and, through their journeys, other moms can feel that, yeah, I mean, there's someone else also who's feeling the same. So it's not wrong to feel a certain way. And then the second thing, obviously support is one thing. The delegate and the delegate thing, I think, is very important. And, I was just telling Jagat also, and we were discussing this at office the other day, and why I don't like to glorify the word super mom. Because I think, when you say super mom, like, I mean, it's expected of you that you do everything and you do everything perfectly. But I don't think that's necessary, right? For each mom, the journey would be different. Because I've seen our mothers, sometimes they would go out of their ways. Maybe it's not even comfortable for them to do something just to, just so that the society is happy or just so that the family is happy. Some things are fine, but, a lot of things. So I don't think that super mom concept, we have to look at it in a very different way. And I remember in your talk also, you had, said that your ways might be different, so we cannot judge, right? I mean, there should not be any judgment. So the idea really through these topics also is, and this Vidphone show here itself, to give a platform for people to come and freely talk about these things. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to, delegate. It doesn't make you less of a super mom, I would say, even if you are asking for help. So that was the idea. But like Shikha, you said, open to, getting more feedback and hearing more from the moms themselves on what they would like to hear. So I can see, thanks Chandni, thanks Rupa, Akhil, for joining us. In case you guys, have any inputs while we are talking about some, as mums, you guys want to give us, some topics that you want us to talk about, so please feel free to put it in the comments, and, we can take it from there. Yeah,
Yeah.
over to you, Shikha.
So again, the at the super mom, we've been labeling moms forever,
Yeah.
and that and once you must have seen your mom, you yet have to get into the zone of mom, but unless they always say when you become a mom you really realize what they were
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
And when I stepped into being a mother, I realized that I really want to be a super mom for my child. I want to be. I really want to be. But that doesn't take away the pain. That doesn't take away
That's right.
the hard things. That doesn't take that. I think my family sometimes didn't want me to be a super mom. I still had a supportive husband who said, "Take a break, do something." But I wanted to be, because for generations we've been told that that's how
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
motherhood is such a thing that it's very difficult to leave your children behind and delegate also.
Hmm.
But having said that, we cannot raise them alone. We just cannot. So that's where the mental problem comes for a
Yeah.
mother, where she's being pulled by something that she really wants her way, and then somewhere she needs the help. and then we becoming mothers at very late age also are dealing with many other issues and
Yeah.
health issues and other things that have cropped in.
Yeah.
So there is so much for her to take a decision in that one child in her hand, so much decision to be taken and tearing apart and judgments and everything, and all that is absolutely normal and okay,
Yeah.
and must be spoken about with the space given to that mother, saying that absolutely you're absolutely feeling perfectly fine,
Exactly.
right? And
Exactly.
don't even beat yourself if you are trying to be a super mom, like as you mentioned, because I'm just coming out of experience of the fact that our mother's generation was super moms, and
Yeah.
now when I sometimes sit with them, they're like, oh, we should have not been, but I'm just like, you have
Yeah.
so much to teach to us as well,
Exactly.
and your mother would have something to teach us. So it doesn't matter you're a super mom or you're a detached mom or you're a mom who's
Exactly.
working or who's this thing. You're a mom. You're a
The
mom.
tagline, that's what I
Yeah.
was saying. You should not be
Yeah.
tagged. And it might be,
So
and it can be your choice. I mean, it should be
absolutely.
your choice instead of,
Yeah.
feeling pressurized to be a certain way.
Exactly, and every mother is trying her best.
Yeah.
And with as having said that, I have mothers who've had molestation and rape issues as kids, when they were children, when they
Yeah.
were very, very young,
Yeah.
and then when they become a mother, they just can't handle the emotion, of what happened to them as a child. It's a reminder every single day to them what happened to them, and that's the
Yeah.
fear they take their children ahead with,
Yeah.
that will happen to them. And when you meet that mother, either she's obsessed or she's detached, and then you go and say, oh my god, she's a detached mother, but nobody wants to know her story. Nobody wants
Exactly.
to really find out the secrets that she had to go through before
Yeah.
doing. So that's when I'm providing the stage, that look at her, feel her, ask her, are you okay? If you're not going the normal course of what generally so-called mothers are supposed to do, are you okay? Do you need help? Do you need the delegation? Do you need support? Do you need community? Do you need a stage? Do you need a safe place to speak up? And that itself is a very, very good work done, if not so called, because through her support, a whole family gets supported,
Yeah.
right? And the generations, and the last show, when I was talking to my guest, and she was talking about her nani,
Yes.
and
Yes.
then
That was a
nani
very
did it to her
inspiring.
mother. Yeah, and her
Exactly.
mother did it to her, and then she's still inspired by her nani, because
Yeah.
one person mother can change few
Yeah.
generations ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we are bringing that out, we're bringing that space, we are lovingly inviting all of you to come in and give us your this thing. And I would love to know one thing about your mom, Ayushree, anything that you would like to discuss about your mom. I know it's a vulnerable questions because nobody knows what we've gone through, and then these
Yeah.
questions are asked, but I would, whatever you can share about
Yeah.
something that you
No,
learned from your mom.
certainly, Shikha. But before that, Rupa has said that we should not be judgmental about a mother's dedication, but support her journey and more when she's working. Obviously, Rupa,
Absolutely.
of course, that's what we are trying to say. It's okay, it's your choice really, and everyone might have a different way to do it. And as mums, I think obviously you guys would have more experience than me, but seeing so many moms around me in my family, I feel like it's your everyone has their own way, that might be right, or I mean, there's no wrong really here. There might be different kinds of right. But
Right.
yeah, thanks for that question, and thanks, Rupa, for putting that out. And I'm just thinking, when you ask me that question, there's so many things, but there's so like I was telling, I keep telling my mom this, and I think because I recently got married, like you were just saying, once you're married, you realize it more. I am sure I don't even do like 5% of what she was doing or handling when she got married, but still, you just I think realize their importance, what they have been doing, and you are suddenly in a space where, I mean, you are on your own, whatever it is. I have, obviously, there's like, we are in a joint family, so I have my mom-in-law and everyone who takes care of everything. But still, I mean, you feel that, you are suddenly grown up, and you feel your mom's important even more. And as much as I tell her, like you were saying, don't do this, don't, like, give into society's this thing, you don't have to be perfect, like you're anyway perfect for us, but somebody judging you, someday, because my mom says this thing a lot, it's very easy to break a relationship, but it takes a lot to make a relationship. And it might be any relation, because sometimes I see, so maybe someone in the family, would do something which, I would like react in a very different way than my mom. My mom would, still take some time, and she'd be like,
Yeah.
it's okay, because it has taken so much time to build that relationship. But those things, in a way, we tell her not to do it. But sometimes, like you said, I also realize why she has been doing it, because maybe somewhere that has kept it together. So, it
Right.
has to be a balance between both. I always tell her there's a lot to take from her, but I also feel now when we are being able to speak up, more and everything, it's also for them also, they being able to come out and talk more,
Right.
about their feelings, their emotions, their
Yeah.
journeys. And my house luckily has been some, we have always been, like, she has always had that support, it's not like, it's not that, but like, I think they're built in such a way, society builds them in such a way that they feel, their sacrifice, like they have to sacrifice this for others to go. So I think it's a mix, but I'm still, after the wedding, I think it's more, I realize the things that she has been doing and how she does it. And she was not working earlier. Now she has her own business, so she has been a housewife for most part of her life. And I would see, a lot of people, they don't, like housewife, though it's okay. I mean, because you're not, because they would give more importance to the ladies who are juggling both work and home. But I also think, those are again very different scenarios, and I would like to hear your thoughts on that too, because I have seen a working mom, but I have seen other ladies in my family who have been doing both. Like
Yeah.
I have seen an in-house mom for so many years, and now she has started a business when all of us had grown up. We all are on our own ways. But again, I don't know. I mean, we should not. Uh, I mean, I'm not sure how to put that. Also, it's a housewife is also. I've always seen her working only, so I won't say that she was not a working mom. But the struggles
Yeah.
would be different. The struggles
Yeah,
would be
I
more
just think we have to,
different.
yeah, we'll have to stop, we'll have to leave the mums to what they want to do, just the way they
Exactly.
want to do, and
Exactly.
leave them and only say, okay, fine, you got us. Ayushri is on this side of the line now, and healthy and well and independent.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Whatever worked for you, you brought her this
Yes.
side. And that
Yes.
is the only thing we need to say.
Yeah.
And sometimes give them space to the unheard stories. Some
Yes.
stories are very extreme for us to hear. We don't even know
We can't
about
even
it.
imagine that
Yeah,
something like that might have happened,
right,
because,
right.
yeah.
So the thing is that we'll have to, let's just like career choices, we'll have to also leave
Yeah.
her mother choices.
Yeah.
What kind of mother she wants to be. She just
Yes.
needs to be the mother she wants to be. She wants to be obsessive, let her be obsessive.
Yeah.
As long as
Exactly.
she's not strangling the child and just putting them in danger, which also happens to many mothers, even
Yeah.
that mother needs a very big hug and say that, whatever you went through and whatever this reminds you of, we need to hold you, because it is not natural for a mother to give birth and then get detached to children. There has
No,
to be a very
sure.
big reason, right? It's a natural law, a phenomena, that a mother obviously will be attached to the child. But today, we are finding situations where we cannot relate to certain times. We are losing our mind.
Yeah.
And to be able to support that you have a mental health issues, let's talk about it. And she doesn't know, but she is trying to live up to this mother that she's supposed to be. And that supposed to be is imposed not only by our family. Sometimes it's imposed, it's imposed by people around us.
Yeah.
And this supposed to be mother, just trying to, because sometimes you have a mother supposed to be, because she was working, my mother-in-law was working, so why are you not working?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
worked, I juggled. Why are you not juggling? Because I don't want to. I want
Yeah.
to just stay at home. Some mothers will say, "Oh, I was not juggling, but you are educated now. You go and juggle." So there is no way left for a mother to know that
What is, yeah.
what should I do with. So let her be the way she wants to,
Yeah.
and give her support so that the next generation is cuddled and raised with all the positivity,
Yeah.
and give her some space. When the temporary phase of the child gets over of that juggle, she will take charge. It is a natural course, it's a natural law for a mother to take charge and go ahead. So we have to give her that time and space. And if there are issues, give her a hand and a stage or a space to say, okay, you did a mistake. Yeah, I slapped my child, maybe.
Yeah.
All right, you did it, right? Can we talk about it? Rather than going, oh my God, I'm the worst mother. Oh my God, she's the worst mother. Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
because she's going for work,
Yeah.
because she loves money more, so she's going for work. That is why she's doing it. I mean, there's just no end. Or
And
she's very obsessive. Look at her. Father's money is all gone wasted. She did so well, and now she's sitting at home.
yeah.
She can delegate this to a nanny. And she doesn't want to. Yeah, she wants to be she wants to hold the babies. I'm like that. I want to hold my babies. I want to stop my photography career for some time. I want to hold the babies because they're going to go away and they're going to rise.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to discuss. We're just giving them
Exactly.
a stage and we're just telling
Exactly.
them,
Yeah.
you're okay. And pat the back of the mothers who already crossed and made people
Yeah.
like Ayushree or me to go on the other side and say,
Yeah.
all right, whatever happened, happened.
Yeah.
You did your best. Let's go ahead.
No, obviously. No, completely agree, Shikha. And there, here I think our fourth topic where we are talking, where we are saying this interesting thing about financial independence and women empowerment. That is also a very interesting topic. And tell you about it, this question actually came up in one of the Vidphone shows, while I was talking to one of the participants. And, they said this is a thing, we should talk about, because it's not necessary that suppose you are financially independent, you are empowered. I mean it's not very related. Like I was telling you, your at house mom who might not be financial independent can also be empowered. She might have that power to take her decisions, or even at important decisions at home. On the
Right.
other hand, maybe a working mom, a working woman, she might not have those powers. It depends a lot on your culture, your family also. So those things also cannot be necessarily related. Any
True.
thoughts on that, Shikha?
This it's just a plain, simple statement that you
Yeah.
just made. It is not related. It is must not be related.
Yeah. Yeah.
All I'm saying is that what this whole program with Vidphone or otherwise with Mum
Yeah.
is that don't think the solution lies in
Yeah.
the political talk in the parliament. The solution of this society lies in the hand of a mother.
Yeah.
Give her the support. And also, I want to talk to mothers to say, please see the support that you're getting.
Exactly.
Stop thinking from generational, we never got it. So get stuck because you are getting more
Yeah.
supports. Corporates are coming further. From 3 months, we've got a 6 months, break now,
Yeah.
maternity break. Some corporates are giving 4 months paternal break to fathers.
Yes.
Fathers are chipping in. Fathers are supporting. So that itself, as a realization, is a great help to a mother. That
Yes.
you
Exactly.
just look around, look at your colleague, look at your boss. Somebody is saying, oh, you're pregnant, we need to take care of, oh, all right, you have a baby, oh my God, you need to leave this important work because your child is unwell. They are understanding it. It takes time. So
Yeah.
I want to talk not on behalf of one-sided, mother
Yeah.
issue of
Yeah.
saying what mother must be doing. I also want to tell mothers, and I'm nobody to really tell them anything, but I also want to bring light to the issue that can you just count few people around you who are actually, even if the gestures are
Exactly.
one step better than the generation above, it's a great gesture,
Yeah. So
right?
change is coming.
It
We
is
are.
coming, it is
Yeah.
coming, and embrace it so that it becomes more.
Yes. True.
Talk about it. You thank the person who's doing it so that he thinks I'm not doing something odd, and okay, fine. Men start to feeling, you know because even they get judged and think, oh my
Yeah.
God, you're overdoing this, and as a man you're not supposed to do this is not masculinity, this is not
Yeah. Yeah.
whatever. So this is going to be a balanced conversation here.
Conversation.
But definitely mothers have had generational silence and time for them to speak up their story their way. I always say this line: their story their way, not your way, because your way is not the one which is the right story for
Right
her.
way.
She
Yeah.
has her own story.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom can be the super mom for you, but maybe she felt absolutely a failure while
Exactly.
raising you, and she wants to
Yeah.
say that to the world so that she can let go of the guilt,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So their story, their way, with the intention of bringing more awareness towards this and holding hands and saying, you're safe, you're fine, you did a mistake, that's also okay, but let's move further in a more positive way.
Yeah. No, absolutely, Shikha. I know that's what at Vidphone also. I know that's why we were so, really looking forward to this collaboration, because and we are calling it the Motherhood Tales, which is, a lovely, I think, their tales their way, like we are saying, we have obviously chosen a few topics like we discussed, and I'm sure we are going to get some amazing stories over the next 4 weeks when we call, all these amazing moms from different walks of life. They might be doing different things, apart from being a mom, and
Right.
share their stories, share their learnings. Great, Shikha. I think it's been great speaking to you and knowing about your initiative, and finally, we as Vidphone being able to give this platform and take this ahead. Jagat is here with us too. Jagat, hi. I was just thinking. I think yeah, yeah. He's just joining us in a minute. So maybe, Shikha, I think we have shared our thought. We'll just wait for, Jagat to maybe, tell us a little bit about what he thinks, and what, through this initiative, what, I mean, what are his views on this, and how we as a team would be able to, take this ahead, etc. He'll join us in a minute, Shikha. Anything else, Shikha, you'd want to share, before we close, and before we announce the next, so next Wednesday is when we plan to, start this. And the first topic to start this series on Motherhood Tales would be on mental health. So we would really invite all of you to come join. We'll be having some wonderful ladies, wonderful mums, who come share their stories with actual facts. There would be people sharing real stories. So please do come join us. Interact, it would be an interactive session where we want to hear from you, like Shikha said, get your feedback, etc., and take it from there. Yeah, over to you, Shikha.
I just can speak so much about it. I mean, you tell me 1 more minute, I can take 10 more minutes to talk about it.
No, go
But
ahead.
I want to say this, that when I started this initiative, I had a 4-month-old second child in my hand, and when COVID and lockdown hit, I don't know whether you can use the word COVID, because I believe algorithms make sure. So we'll use the word lockdown because lockdown happened, and I just had this madness because I was working as a photographer with mothers, and I was struggling as a mother with 2 kids in during COVID, you know. Um, and when I started this whole thing, I brought in variety of mothers, from army officers, from Olympians, from Paralympians, to somebody like Maria Goretti in the book, from Bollywood, because she's a mother too, and she has a struggle too, being in this, the Bollywood industry. To some coaches, number one coach in the world, to a mother with 12 kids, to a mother who's lost a child, a mother with a child who's, mother whose child has gone through cancer issues, and had 18 surgeries before the age of 13. And two natural birth stories, two creative moms,
Yeah,
to a mom, a teenage mom, and and stepmoms, which we call them bonus moms, because they are bonus moms. I don't know why the crooked note stepmom has been
in a,
such an image for us,
yes.
that she will throw the children out the minute she comes
There's,
in.
there's always a negative connotation already attached, right, to
So
that.
that's why
That's
we call them bonus moms, because these are two
yeah,
moms that dedicated themselves to
yeah,
the children, and
yeah,
had sacrificed their careers equally to raise the children, just the way any original
yeah,
mom, if that's the word called. So bonus mom. So I'm just saying that that's, even this variety is not enough. Even these 100 shades of mothers is not enough. These are still
yeah,
100 shades of mothers, and these are also not enough.
yeah,
And having said that, if these 100 shades are not enough, there might be million shades. But we are here to say that we will accept all shade. You come up angry to us also, and we will accept
yeah,
you,
yeah,
because we want to know why are you angry, and we want to know what made the disappointment so much that you're angry about something as a mother, right? And there will be some stories, because that angry story will inspire other mothers to speak up. The minute we start speaking up, the story is no more ours. It
that,
becomes and gets released to the world, and
yeah,
then you suddenly feel void, because you've been carrying the story inside. You feel this void inside, and that
yeah,
void be like, now I need to fill it up, and this time I won't fill it up with something negative, because I want to fill it up with positive. Too long
yeah,
I've been holding it. So that kind of a space, that kind of a place, if we can give it to our mothers.
yeah.
I have nothing against fathers. I just love fathers. I have a very supporting father. I have a very supporting husband.
Yes, I remember the
That's the
story.
voice. yeah, I have two boys as children, so I am surrounded by men. But still, the mother of the struggle of the mother speaks a lot to me, because that's my inner journey, and
Yeah,
so we must
exactly.
hear everybody out. So yeah, we have Jagat here joining us as well. So we've spoken a
Hello,
lot.
Jagat. Yeah, now it's Jagat's turn. Jagat, we are
Well,
just Shikha was just saying, we have spoken a lot on this, and we are just waiting for your views. And like Jagat, we are launching. This is just to launch an amazing initiative with Shikha's mum initiative. So we were just talking about the few topics that we would be covering over the next few weeks with some very inspiring mothers sharing their journeys. We would keep these topics very focused too, because we feel these are a few topics which can actually inspire a lot of other women, other mothers,
yeah.
to be able to relate and open up. Basically, make this platform a safe space, to come talk, open up. So that's the entire idea. Your thoughts, Jagat, and that's what.
No, I mean, thanks again. It's wonderful, Ayushree, it's wonderful that after the women's initiative, now we like specific towards moms. Again, as I said before, maybe in one of the things, I think my mom's always been wonderful for me, to as a professional. To think of my mother as a professional, I think is was how my whole career itself kind of started. So to me, I'm happy to see that Shikha as well. I hope this can be a wonderful collaborative effort on some mutual synergies. For us, again, the focus is again without even saying that too much. It should become the norm, right? I mean, we
Exactly.
would need to talk about this. I think that's the objective for all of
Yes.
these kind of initiatives to make to make it such that this is not required. But till it's required, I think it's wonderful people do it, and we have to do it to the best we can, right? So that's I mean, I'm just here to listen more and learn. I don't have much views. I think being a mom is very different from what I do. Of course, I can say I'm a bit of a mother in my company, but when you run a business, you are a bit like a mom. And but yeah, that it ends right there, right? There's nothing beyond that. So
Yeah.
over to all of you. I'm just here to support and hopefully spread the word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jagat. And before saying that, I have a father who has the most motherly energy on the surface of this earth than anybody I've ever met. In fact, I think he's more motherly than I am to my children. He's a very feminine energy of embracing and hugging and, nurturing children. He's a grandfather to the whole thing. So I am absolutely a supporter of men recognizing their motherly instinct as well, because I was with this pediatrician once when my child was born, and I went to him and he said, I'm not sure whether you can, I think I'm logged, and yeah, it happened. Yeah. So my pediatrician told me that when you become a mother, you a whole encyclopedia is downloaded the minute you give birth. You,
Automatically.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't have to ask. A dog doesn't need to ask. Elephant doesn't need to ask how to raise their children. They exactly know when my child is okay and when my not. But don't be mistaken that a father doesn't get that encyclopedia. The father gets another version of encyclopedia, and the father exactly knows what to do. So it is not a one-sided thing. It is a
Yeah.
thing, and I just want to make that absolutely your support, your comments are very, 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 very important, because the support will come from a father. Similarly, the mother will give the support to the father, but the support will also come because there is a very strange thing that happens to a mother which doesn't happen to a father. That's the only difference. The
Hmm.
mother gets this new part in her mind and her heart which is so different from the original one she had, and just the juggle between this new part that has got grown inside of her, she feels, so she's just moving the chambers all the time from that new feeling,
Context.
yeah,
Yeah.
and what is meant to do and what is the right thing to do. And that is so abstract that that abstraction drives men crazy as well. So I was telling them that that abstraction is so difficult to understand. It's so abstract that it's so difficult for men to understand. So I actually pity men sometimes that you can't understand it even if you really want to. But at the same time, I want to tell mothers that let them understand this abstraction. Let that not be an abstraction, so that the support becomes more. But the real result would be with the children. The real ripple effect will go to the children. So it has nothing to do with the mother and the father. It is the next generation that we are going to be supporting with this kind of help.
Absolutely.
So it's absolutely important for us
And
as a
for the
man
mother.
supporting it.
Absolutely. I think the priority becomes the child, and your behavior is really how the child also is going to grow. So that's great. But also, it would be great if both the mother and the father themselves could help themselves through this.
Yes,
So
it's very, and I am starting a series on my thing. I'm just getting almost 10 men together who are
one,
right there. Some of them separated from the children, and the pain they feel of the separation, you know, is is equally painful than mothers. So it's not a one-sided thing, and I want the audience to know that we are not standing here and saying, "Oh, mothers are the great" or "the fathers are the great,"
Yeah.
but the mothers have remained in silence for very long, and they are very, very confused, and we are just giving them a platform so that the confusion, a
addressing
little
that
support.
particular issue.
Yeah, that just gets supported. That you're not alone. Look around, and yes, your mother told you, and your grandmother told you, and great grandmother told you, and the genes are telling us that we are not supported. We are supported, or we can create space so that not us, but the next generation
Here on.
mothers.
Yeah. Here on. Yeah. True.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and happy to support anytime. I think all of this is really useful and very it's very relevant today. So it has to be spoken about quite a
Yeah, I'm
lot. So
looking forward to doing a in person. I was telling Ayushree that someday this goes
Yes.
ahead and do a hybrid in person and get these moms together to speak up. And so we're going to do a lot of things for the audience to let them know that we
Yes.
will not just end with this chatter, chatter, chatter. Thank you very much and go.
Exactly.
We are going to get polls out. We are going to get shares out. We are going to get quotes out. We are going to
Yeah.
get questions out, and all that will be
Yeah.
shared. And every week we will have the champions supporting us, the guest champions with their profiles and their stuff to
Yeah.
get more money on board. And end of
Yeah.
the probably last, we will come together and say this is what we learned, and this is where
yeah,
we're
Yeah.
going now. So let's see in 4 weeks what we've learned. I'm really looking forward to it. This is exciting to learn.
Yes.
I'm happy
Certainly.
to learn. Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yes, certainly looking forward to this. And we have a comment here from Rupa because, we were also asking a few what they would like to see, over the sessions. She says a session for mother's journey through COVID or as COVID warriors can be discussed next time.
Okay.
Certainly, Rupa, thanks for that. We would keep this in mind. And I think this can be discussed overall also, in fact, this is a point that a lot of mothers might want to share their their experience, their this thing in the COVID this thing. So
That
thanks,
was
Shikha. We'll
another level.
certainly, sorry,
Yeah.
Rupa, and we'll certainly look into that.
That Rupa is another level. That was another level for mothers. I'm sure it was for fathers, but it was at some another level for mothers. Being dragged from their office works. They would not drag fathers out as much as they would drag the mothers out. Because the mother was available right there, and four of them. I mean, I've talked with mothers where four of them are dragging them out because your mom is at home and the food and the that was another level of juggle that is. So that's a great question. I think I never even thought about. So thank you for that.
Yes, yes, yeah. This is something we would surely, touch upon and, try to address in our sessions that we are planning. So wonderful, Shikha. Thank you, Shikha. Thank you, Jagat. I think, it's been wonderful talking to you guys about this initiative and finally being able to launch this today. And we start this next week, like I was telling. So looking forward. All of you who have joined us today, look forward to having your support. And like Shikha said, there'll be a lot of interactions, polls, posts, shares going out. So please feel free to interact with those, give us your feedback, tell us what you feel, what you want to hear, and we'll make sure that we get something great to you guys.
Also,
Anything?
then
Yeah.
for a lot of the audience will see this on LinkedIn and other
Yes.
posts. So
Yeah.
they also can share a lot of input. So I'm sure we can
Exactly.
make.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and just to end with, I want to say, it is not a social media campaign here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a talk so that we can have something interesting to talk about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Please extend your help to one mother after every show. Look at her, look around, and say,
Yeah.
I never looked at this mother this way, and actually extend your help. And then come back with that story and say, okay, after the show, these many mothers were helped. It could be a house help in your,
Yeah.
house. It could be your gardener's mother. It could be your neighbor. It could be your grandmother who's walking on the street you every day saw and never even thought. Because change doesn't happen by talking. And I was telling this to Ayushree. The
Yeah.
talking is not, it's the starting point. But the
Yeah.
real work is out in the world and we are out of
Yeah.
the lockdown. So I would request everybody who sees the replay, and we would want this clipping to go out, is
Yeah.
this must end up in stories after 4 weeks of 5 mothers or 6 mothers or 10 mothers who said, the support came to them. It reached them in terms of this is the fund of energy that we need to reach out. We might not be giving them money, but
Yeah.
that is the support that we will give in donations. And I always say happiness is the biggest donation we can give. We can go and donate happiness and bring a new perspective to a struggling mother. Hold her child and say, I understand you're struggling. Even if you are getting very angry, just hold her and say, you've got it. And that's where the change will start. And then this show becomes, the effort becomes absolutely amazing, but everybody who
Yeah.
joins us to see it. So that's the request I would like to make to everybody who sees that.
Perfectly good. Absolutely.
Yes, yes, certainly, Shikha. And we hope, we can, and I'm sure that, we would be seeing this kind of a support and, from everyone through what we are trying to do at the end. And really looking forward to it. Thank you
Me too.
again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us too. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.